So here is part 2 of our divorce/breakup conjure work. If you have not seen part 1, I highly recommend that you check that out first before you get into this restoration work. When you are in an abusive relationship and you are starting to come out of that, one thing that tends to be highlighted is the feeling of loss. You can sometimes feel a lot of grief and a lot of regret around what you feel like you lost while you were in that relationship. So once you have completed the unbinding portion or the breakup portion of the conjure, now what I want you to do, and I personally did it immediately after, I did not wait, was restoration work. And I'm going to give you 2 options that you can use. I actually did both of them, y'all, both of them. And honestly, it was because I wanted to make sure that everything that I felt like I had lost was restored back to me. Like, I was in that type of energy that day. And like I said in the first video, this 100% worked for me. I was able to peacefully divorce my ex-husband, and all of the things that I listed was in fact restored back to me. So what you will need for this work is going to be a mason jar. I went and got these little mason jars from the Dollar Tree. I personally like the smaller ones as opposed to the bigger ones, but you'll need a mason jar. You'll also need a red candle, and I did not get a chance to record it, but you're going to need petition paper. So I like to use the old school brown unbleached parchment paper, so you can use that, or if you don't have it, just a regular piece of paper, that'll work too. Also, make sure that you cleanse this stuff before you use it. And for me personally, when I'm doing cleansing and protection, I like to go with the basics. I like to use distilled white vinegar and sea salt. That's all I use. I make sure to clean my area, clean all of my tools. And real quick, let's go over why we want to use a red candle. So red candles represent love. It represents strength, power, and the color red itself is also going to be associated with action along with the root chakra. So chakras are not a part of hoodoo. So as you are advancing or just developing as a spiritualist, one thing that you might find is how there are some beautiful connections between other spiritual aspects in addition to hoodoo. For me personally, my core is hoodoo. However, I utilize planetary magic. I utilize chakras. So as it pertains to your chakras, your root chakra is going to be your foundation. That's where your security is. That's where the stabilization of who you are as a person, the base of who you are, that's what is governed by your root chakra. And when you are in any sort of an abusive or narcissistic relationship, I can guarantee you that your root chakra has been disrupted. So when you are utilizing color magic, candle magic, you are actually serving multiple purposes. This is going to help when it comes down to healing that root chakra. And it's also signaling out power. It is signaling out love and strength. A lot of things that most of us probably lost while we were in that abusive relationship. So what you're going to do is write down everything that you feel like you lost in your relationship. And I really want you to make sure that you take your time as you are thinking about these things or you're writing them down. So I remember some of the things that I put because I was younger. I felt like I had lost my youth. I knew that I had lost money. I had lost the opportunity to be loved and to receive that companionship from a man who, really respected me and who loved me. I lost my confidence, friendships. Hell, I lost my hair. Like whatever it is that you feel like you have lost in that relationship, I want you to write it down. Or if you don't need to write it down, just, hold those things in your mind. And you have the option of either writing it down on the petition or you can speak over it when you light that red candle. So if you decide to go the petition route, you want to rip all of the sides of the paper first, put your full name and your date of birth. And then what you are going to write down is that all of these things are restored back to me immediately after the divorce or breakup is complete. And then you want to write those things out. So my youth, my money, my amazing relationship, healthy friendships, whatever it is that you feel like you lost, those are the things that you're going to write down on your petition. Then you're going to write, "It is done, no delay," and you're going to sign it. After you do that, make sure that you are folding the paper towards you while also going clockwise. Do it as small as you can. I did not have a particular number of times that I folded the paper. And then also, just to throw this in here too, remember your DNA is powerful. So you can also put your DNA on the petition as well. I'm not telling you what type of DNA. You use what you want to use. But make sure that you are just turning that paper toward you as you are folding it. And then you can be speaking these things out. You can be thanking your ancestors, thanking Mother God for the favor, for the blessings that you are about to receive, everything that was restored back to you, all of that stuff. And then you want to take that that paper and put it inside of your mason jar. Fill your mason jar up with spring water or some sort of purified water, and then sprinkle sugar on top of it. Speak into that water, into that sugar water, that this is done. Then you want to close it very tight, shake it up real good, and then you can store it in a place where it's not going to be disturbed. The other option that would be, I guess, more of a simplified version of that is for you to light your red candle, and then you can speak it out. You can say that all of these things will be restored back to you as soon as this divorce and or breakup is complete, and then you speak that over that red flame, that these are the things that you're going to get back to you. It is done, no delay. Like I said, I did both of them. I was in an extremely bad situation, y'all. So for me, I found it to be necessary and powerful for me to layer up my magic. Make sure also that you never blow out your candles, like with your breath. You always want to snuff out your candles. I like to put just a covering over it and then just let it, fade out on its own. But you don't ever want to just blow out your candle. Not when you're doing restoration work. If you were doing banishing work, you do want to blow it away, get it away from you. But in this case, we're doing restoration work now because we are calling back every single thing that we feel that we have lost. And the last little thing I want to encourage you to do that I wish I would have done at that time, just in hindsight, is make sure that after you're done with this work, you go and love on yourself in just the most grandest way that you have available to you. You need to go do something just really amazing to love on yourself. And grand is going to look however, it's going to look for your particular lifestyle, but just make sure that you pour heavily into yourself following this. And one more thing I'm going to leave you with: if you are living with this person still while you're doing this work, I would recommend that you do both the petition in the jar along with the red candle. Because anytime that, you guys have any sort of engagement with each other, if he's trying to tussle with you or say something crazy, go to that jar and shake that bitch up. Let that be your reminder, that energetic reminder that these things are about to get restored because this relationship is coming to a close. It is done. It's over with. So I want to say congratulations in advance to anybody that has removed themselves from an abusive relationship. One thing that I can guarantee, being a survivor of those things, you are going to get so much more out of life than you ever thought you would with that person. Now that he is no longer in your life, your youth is going to come back to you. Your beauty is going to come back to you. Your confidence, money, good friendships, a man who will blow your back out the way that you need it to be blown out. Whatever it is that you feel like you lost, it will be restored back to you.